In this video I'm going to explain how we can use household items in order to clean the charging port or the USB-C port on a CMF Phone 2 Pro. So before you actually start cleaning the charging port over here, it is recommended to turn off the phone completely. So remember to do that before you actually try to do something with the charging port. Now besides that, you should avoid metal objects. Do not use paper clips, do not use needles or pins. Any metal object can be pretty dangerous for the charging port, and of course we want to avoid causing damage. No water, don't blow into the port with your mouth because you can add moisture to the port and we don't want to do that. And of course you don't want to use too much force by using pretty much any tool. You don't want to use too much force in order to avoid also breaking pins or anything inside the charging port. So you want to be as gentle as possible and only use the required amount of force. Now, what you can actually use. You can use, for example, a toothpick, like typical toothpick, or a wooden or bamboo skewer. They work just fine, as long as, of course, as the toothpick won't break inside the charging port, but definitely it shouldn't if you don't use too much force. You can also use a soft toothbrush, so if you have a clean, but let's say old toothbrush that you don't use anymore, then you can try to use that. If you have compressed air, then that's a pretty great choice as well. It is optional, you don't really need to have it, but it definitely helps quite a bit. And cotton swabs or Q-tips can also be a pretty practical if they are dry, or you can also very lightly dampen them with isopropyl alcohol that has at least 70%. And of course you can also use a flashlight for your own help, of course, over here. So once you turn off the phone, you can also turn on the flashlight to look inside the port and check for lint, dust and debris. You can gently insert the toothpick or the wooden skewer and carefully scrape out any visible lint or dirt. You don't want to push too deep, of course, just the surface. Brush lightly using a soft dry toothbrush to loosen and remove more dirt. And if you have the compressed air, then you can give a few short bursts. You can hold the can upright. And of course, optionally, we can lightly dampen a cotton swab or the Q-tip with the isopropyl alcohol, as I mentioned. And we can squeeze out excess, of course, and then we can gently clean inside the port or around the port if it's kind of sticky or something. And if you do use the isopropyl alcohol, then you want to let it air dry before you turn the phone back on. So if you used anything that is wet, you want to let it dry first. And that is essentially it. Thanks for watching, leave a like and subscribe to my channel, and see you in my next videos. Bye!